Here's a follow-up video on what happened over the winter and what we have now. This is actually August 2nd, and everything has really recovered just fine. We have a lot fewer plums, a lot fewer cherries. It's the off season anyway for the cherries. So amazingly though, some plants really took off. This rose really grew tall. The trees have grown quite a lot. The bush on the corner here really filled out. Part of that could be because the chickens aren't involved in taking out the lower leaves and branches. They usually like to eat that, but everything else seems to have recovered pretty well. This tree did really well. Unfortunately, the ash tree in the front took a lot longer to recover. Lost all of its leaves and still has some brown, old, crinkly, dried up starter leaves hanging on, but pretty much it's not doing as well as these others, but that's okay. So we've got here, okay guys, gotta get out of my way. The euphorbia here is not doing as well, but that's because the chickens just like to step all over it. We had a good season with all of our, well, if you can see how much this red currant bush has grown, it's amazing. Part of that is because I've been watering a little bit more this summer since our heat has been really extreme for our area. It's been, what are you doing over there? So, yeah, these guys here have been doing really well. Peonies. These guys seem to never have a problem. The, lilacs always do well. I don't. Yes, I hear you. This is a Nanking cherry and it does fine. The leaves at the bottom are all missing because of the chickens. And then over here, the apple tree's doing really well. We've got lots of apples. This is actually the on year for the apple tree, so there were a lot more blossoms than we might have had initially in any other season, so that was good. Fortuitous in a way. And let's go see part of the other yard. So, I'll be back. Alright, so let's see what we got here. The roses all did well. This very small wild maple is doing fine. Our globe thistles just doing great. Right next to it we have a tarragon, French tarragon, and then over on this side, this is called a Jens Monk rugosa rose. This French tarragon is doing fine. This is a big tooth maple and it's doing great. False spireas are doing fine. The wisteria, of course, looks great. And this euphorbia is giant. It's great though. It's wonderful. It came back just perfectly. And this is the first season for the smoke bush. And it didn't really suffer. I mean, it had the burnt kind of looking leaves at the beginning, but it's great now. And this plum just rarely ever has any plums. It has a few. I'm surprised. I see at least 2. And yeah, usually I don't get any, but the 2 plums were in blossom at the same time before the storm. And I think some of the blossoms did fine, managed to get through the storm, so looks like we had a decent recovery. And now I'm not really worried anymore. We have a little storm like that, or a big storm like that, we should be able to get through. All right. Thanks for watching.